Yo, Jenny Gang, what it do? It's been a while since I've been on here with you guys, but I'm back. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And thanks to all the people who have already subscribed. Y'all the real MVP. So, this video today, guys, is going to be in regards to me being the queen of pole dancing. Yeah, me, Jenny Gang, Jenny 20, the real pole vixen. Y'all already know that's my name. So, when I first started pole dancing, it's been like almost 5 years. People ask me that all the time. Almost 5 years, coming up on 5. I wasn't even a dancer initially. I was just a pole dancer, but I was told to take it to the club or try it, and I did, and I got used to it, and I guess I'm successful at it. So I ended up buying my own pole I still have. I actually have two, but one of them, I don't trust it. It's a spinning pole, but I keep it in the closet. But all polers, when we start poling, pole class once a week is never good enough, okay? And I know this because I associate with a lot of polers. We all feel the same way, so we go buy a pole. But poling in the house is not the same as poling in the studio. And you know that. If you train on pole, you know the studio, unless you just have one of these big-ass houses that I don't have yet, I'm definitely going to. Let's just have one of these big-ass houses where you can, like, do a backflip and not hit anything. I would choose poling in the studio privately before I train at home any day. That's just how it is. So me and my bestie Jess, my pole sister, my best friend, we met in pole class at the studio in Spartanburg. It's not open anymore. For everybody watching that doesn't know me, I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. A lot of y'all know me, a lot of y'all don't, but I travel a lot. So, but anyway, I was just obsessed. So I was running to every pole class. I was a pole class in Charlotte. Matter of fact, I was in Charlotte and Atlanta training with Nicole the pole. A lot of y'all polers know her. She's a national pole teacher. And I started training pretty much all over the country. I went to Vegas. Can't think of the studio name, but Alternative Fitness, I think it's called. I'm just obsessed with it. I still am, you know. But let's see if I can make this story short because I have to read you guys something. A studio started in Greenville, okay? I'm not gonna give the name of her studio because I don't like giving free clout to people that I don't like. But I am gonna have to. Well, do I have to say your name? I just know how things go. Whenever you give your story or situation on something, the person gets the negative attention. Like, they get the bad stuff that they need to get, but they also get people that side with them, okay? And I just don't want to send this broad nothing, okay? Because she don't deserve it, you know? She is a pole instructor, pole studio owner that does not appreciate students who actually want to learn, okay? So, like I said, there's pole studios open in Greenville, and I was excited about that because I ain't have to run up the road, okay? Even though I had always thought about opening up my own, I definitely wasn't ready for it at that time. So it was a relief to have a studio here, okay? So I'm going to the studio. I think I may have took a couple of classes from her, but I am a person, for one, if I don't really particularly like your style, I won't take classes from you. Doesn't mean I don't respect you as a poler, but I really like having open pole where I can do my own thing. And I also like to do private lessons by myself if I can. Now, I've trained privately with Heidi Coker because the studio that I go to now in Anderson, it's called La Luna. Shout out to Angie Law. She's a great instructor and a very professional pole studio owner. She actually seen my style. She's like, I think, you know, my friend Heidi Coker, you like her too. So I actually go to Atlanta sometimes and train privately with Heidi Coker. She has a big, tall pole in her house. But anyhow, I didn't know anything about Angie then. I didn't know about her studio in Anderson. Anderson's like 40 minutes from here. But that's the only studio within that distance, this close, that you can do lyra hoop, the silk hammock things, and pole. She got it all in one studio, so it's nice. That's where I go now. But I was going to this pole studio in Greenville, the only one here, unfortunately. So I'm going there, like I said, I'm gonna take a couple of classes from her because I ain't really like her style. And you know, you can learn when you do pole or anything, even if you don't like someone's style or you may not think they're better than you or whatever, you really honestly still can learn from that person. So I want y'all to know that. But me, I was stingy with my pole, so my pole time, so I was closed-minded. Once I took her classes, or maybe I just seen her online, I just was like, I ain't really feeling how she pole, but I want that studio though. That studio is close, that studio is big, and I need to go there. So I was going there. I was going there faithfully. Bring my tablet. Sometimes I have to bring my daughter, which my daughter understands that I do pole. I don't do any twerking or anything like that in front of her because these kids is turning to thoughts too early these days. But she does know I do pole. As a matter of fact, I have taught her pole moves. I'm not ashamed of that. But I will never teach her to be a stripper. So, now remember, I'm telling y'all that I love pole so much. In my mind, I'm like, I'm open a studio of my own one day. For one, people love my style. And I was teaching them out of my home, but that's not a comfortable thing to do. People get crazy. Just a lot of things can go wrong when you're teaching out of your house. Okay, you can't trust everybody. So I knew in my mind, and I told people, you know, one day I'm open studio. You know, I got y'all. So while I'm training at this studio in Greenville, okay, I'm thinking everything's cool. You know, everything is cool. I'm meeting people there that have seen me online, you know, like, oh my God, that's Jenny 20. That's the pole vixen. You know what I'm saying? But remember, I'm not in there to recruit. I'm in there to do my own thing. Like, but nevertheless, you know, I didn't mind teaching anybody if they wanted to be taught at my house, not in her studio, disrespecting her. But I just want to stress that I wasn't a recruiter or anything, because it's like I really still to this day don't understand the reason why I can't train in that studio. That's what this video is about, you guys. I can't train in that studio. So one day I'm on the way to the studio. I'm there, you know, I'm running a little late. So I'm like, dang, my hours, you know what I'm saying, gonna be cut short. I ain't gonna have a 50 minutes, blah, blah. I still gotta do my warm up. I still gotta do this, that, and third. I go in the studio. I'm like rushing to sign in. This chick that I'm talking about with her hating self, she's like, it was her assistant. And actually, I'm cool with her assistant these days. Bet you didn't know that. But she's like, Jenny, I need you to look at something before you go in there and train or whatever. So I'm kind of like, dang, you know, can't wait. I'm trying to hurry up and get my time going, because my time is running out to me. I want to train. I want to get on these tall poles and go. And I'm running late. So they needed me to look at something before I train, right? This is what they needed me to look at. Now, y'all, I'm gonna try to read I'm gonna try to read most of it so that y'all can see the hateration and see the point that I'm making about this whole situation. But it's a lot to read. Like, it's all this and this. But so far, remember what I said. I haven't been a recruiter for this for myself, because I wasn't going there for that. I wasn't disrespectful anyway. The only thing I can say is that I brought my child a couple of days, but she didn't have an issue with that. And if she did, she never told me. My child's a good child, so she ain't make no trouble anyway. But I haven't done anything to warrant this letter, not in my opinion. So this is what they wanted me to look at before I went and trained. And needless to say, I was like really embarrassed, but I didn't go and train after this. I never went there again since that day. And that's probably been like 3 years ago. Okay. Hello, Miss Jenny. It has come to our attention that you intend on opening your own pole studio. We would first like to congratulate you on working towards your goals and helping to bring exposure to pole fitness, pole sport, and the pole community. Opening your own pole studio is a huge step and a very large commitment, so we understand what a milestone it could be. Excuse me, y'all. I've been drinking coffee. Becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own business. Okay, that's too much. Okay, this is what they're calling it. A lot of times people bring up legal stuff. If you go look into the legal system or whatever, it don't even really exist because all this stuff in here is extra. But this is what she said this is for. We would like to refer you to the waiver and non-compete you sign with us when you begin attending our facilities, particularly this section. It says, in quotes, I also understand this program has been created by Miss Hateration and the pole, I ain't saying the name, and such. Get to the point. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay, this is what, okay. I am in no way, shape, or form taking classes under the contract of employment of any other pole studio within a 50-mile radius or within the city limits of Greenville, South Carolina. I will not take the lesson plan that I have learned at this studio to any other instructor. In addition, I will not sign a contract of employment for another pole fitness studio within 50 miles radius of the studio or within the city limits of Greenville for at least 365 days. That's the only thing that makes sense there. The time. I am in no way engaging in pole fitness classes at this place with the intent of copying the curriculum for personal financial gain by either selling lesson plans or signing a contract of employment with the competitor, or to purposely sabotage or put this place at any type of disadvantage. I understand that doing so will result in conflict of interest and will be a breach of trust. So let me skim through the rest of this and finish telling y'all about this BS. Okay, so this time, okay, so y'all, there's 4 things listed here, right? Basically what these 4 things, they're constantly, it's concentrating on me coming there to take her curriculum, maybe for someone else, or I guess maybe for myself. At the time, remember, this was the closest place for me to go. I was running to Charlotte, Atlanta, Las Vegas, places that don't even think about her basic curriculum, which, like I said, I'm really not all the way sure that I even took a class from her. I think I only done open pole. So that's what I'm saying, that basically this is BS, okay? Let's see if this says anything different. We will not, however, have others pose as students with the intention of causing the pole fitness community, the students of pole fitness, or our facility and students to lose interest in this sport or detriment any of them in any way. This don't even apply to me. We are providing the services and classes that we do for students only at this time. If you are interested in taking classes for other instructors, we would be more than happy to refer you to studios we have used in the past, which basically to me implies that other studios don't have an issue with you coming there to get training, whether you were training for someone else or for yourself. But if you would like to have a discussion with us about any aspect of pole fitness or the underlying business structure, or even visit the such and such as an instructor for competing businesses, we would be happy to set up a meeting for you. But at this time, we cannot allow you to attend this place as a student due to your current status. Thank you for understanding. Miss Hateration. All right. Y'all, if you don't, basically this letter is BS, okay? it's nothing in this letter that I was actually even doing. I wasn't coming there to steal lessons for anyone else. I'm very cool with Angie Law now, the lady who runs the La Luna studio in Anderson. I didn't even know she existed then, because I would have been going to that studio. Okay. So, and the people in Charlotte and Atlanta are people that are like real polars, like training internationally and have skill. Okay. Like I'm not even being funny, y'all. I know this video gonna get to her because like I said, she's a hater. Haters, you may not talk to your haters, but haters still watch you very closely. So I know this will get to her. This letter is BS. I was there for myself. I definitely wasn't there to convince nobody to hate Pole, because that's what that last thing said. What this letter should have said is, Jenny, I feel threatened by you when you come to my classes. People are more interested in what you're doing in my classes than they are what I'm doing. Keep in mind, it's open poll, so there's not a curriculum for open poll. I was doing my own thing, but that's what you're supposed to do in open poll, but that clearly made her uncomfortable. Made her uncomfortable, but that's what you come there to do that for. So I'm going to put this in perspective. Let's do a metaphor here. If I was going to Harvard, okay, and I'm about to start my own college, and I use their science teacher's class to do some experiments, right? Play with the little acids and all that shit they do in there. Dissect me a few frogs. And all the science teacher does is let me in the classroom, show me where the books is at, and he walks off. Maybe he goes home, maybe he goes to another classroom. Maybe he stays right there while I'm doing my experiments. How can anyone say that I'm in that science class to steal curriculum? I'm trying to put it in perspective here, y'all. Like, basically what I'm saying is that, let's just say if I was there being a spy, because that's what this sounds like she's saying. What if I was there being a spy? Wouldn't I need the curriculum to be a spy? I mean, like, I can't look at her and guess the curriculum. You got to teach it to me, right? When I look at her online, like I said, she's very, for the amount of time she's been doing polls, she's very basic. Her style is very bland. And some people may like that style, but me in particular, I don't. And apparently the students open poll with me didn't either. But I wasn't taking advantage of that. I was just like, kind of still like, I want to be able to come to this place. Leave me alone. I ain't teaching you nothing here. Leave me alone. Whatever. But so y'all, not only was that embarrassing for her to do that, you know, while open poll was going on, because people seen her stop me and say, hey, you need to look at this before you go in there. It hurt me, you know what I'm saying? Because I had got so addicted to going there and like, yes, I can go to poll 10 minutes up the road. I just love it. Like, I love pole. I love pole outside of being a dancer. That's the difference between me and a lot of girls who I have to work beside. I really like it. It does something to me. I'll do this pole and y'all not even in here watching. Like, I just love it. So it hurt me that she did that to me, but it hurt even more because I knew it was out of spite. I knew it was out of jealousy. And then once I started back traveling, going to other studios, you know, because pole is like it's just like anything else. If you play basketball, you probably know the head basketball player or whoever good and whoever's whatever. Pole is the same way. Pole community say they don't go there. They didn't get no letter like I did, but they don't go there because of the same thing. It's uncomfortable because they can tell that she does not want them to really learn. She don't want you to be better than her. And I done heard that from 3 people. And one of them wasn't even a female. So you out here opening up businesses just to turn away the money. And like I said, a lot of time people will throw up things that are supposed to be legal issues, and I'll look and see, and it don't be nothing about it that's, you know, illegal or may not even be in her contract, whatever. When I signed the waiver to train in her studio, you sign waivers basically to make sure you don't get hurt. All that other stuff is just like stuff that, you know what I'm saying, it's not even really important, so to speak. But how you gonna tell me that I can't train here if I don't commit to not opening a studio within a 50-mile radius? Fool, I live here too. I live here too. So even with that was a jump to me. I just broke a nail on camera. That was a jump to me. Like, she was really digging, like, basically, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, and that. Basically, you can't be Jenny 20 of the pole vixen and work out here. I don't want your money. Sweetie, I hope you done changed. I doubt that you have. But the thing is, I done got so, like, not Hollywood. I done got so high up in my ish, you know what I'm saying, my pole-ish. I ain't even considering opening a studio here because I don't plan to be this close with my career. I'm doing acting now. I'm doing a lot of things that require me to travel. So I feel like I would have to open a studio here and people would come to get lessons from Jennygang. And I would, you know, and people have substitute teachers, but it's like I probably would never even be there. But mark my word, if I did open a studio here, if you haven't put yourself out of business already by hating on people that actually want to learn, then I will put you out of business. That's why you gave me this. But what I'm saying is that you didn't have to worry about that so soon. And you didn't have to do it in this manner. Y'all, just straight up embarrassing and hurtful. You know what I'm saying? She had me screwed up for a little while. Because, you know, I had to figure out, okay, well, where I'm going to go tomorrow for pole, where I'm going to go Wednesday, where I had to redo all of that. And like I said, thank God I, you know, got more engulfed into the pole community, met Heidi Coker, international trainer, Nicole the Pole, international trainer. Angie Law competes as well, has a nice team there. And like I said, has Lyra Hoop, pole, and the hammocks. And it's just 40 minutes away. Maybe what she did in retrospect, maybe she did me a favor. She made me keep extending myself with pole. But y'all, that's still some BS though. Now, y'all watching this video, like, you saying this whole video and you ain't calling her name. If you watch it from the beginning, I tell you why I ain't call her name. Because I know some people gonna side with me, some people gonna side with her. Some of her students, who, the couple that probably like her, they probably see this video and side with her, even though they know she's not that good. But y'all know who I'm talking about. If y'all are in Greenville, South Carolina, ain't but one pole studio. And I'm just warning you. You can go there, but don't learn anything, because you might get a letter to say you can't come back. In the comments, let me know what you think. I think I want to say things that I could have did differently, but just looking at all these rules, only thing I could have did differently was come there and stand around. Or drop my goals of wanting to open a studio. I don't even know who told her that. So she probably was snooping on my social media her own self, because that was a discussion that I really had, like, you know, only briefly visited that subject. So, but let me know in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Tell me if you think she's a hater. Also tell me if you went there and you got that same treatment. Tell me if you went there and you loved it. Because if you did and you didn't get treated funny, you might not be doing nothing on the pole. That's just my theory on it. Maybe it was something else why she didn't like me. But just like I said, I talked to a few other people and they claimed that they got that same vibe, that kind of an attitude a little bit when they were doing, like, actually learning things and getting good. She kind of started straying away and treating them funny. Nobody has gotten a letter though, other than me. But Let me know what y'all think. Remember to like this video. Even if you don't like the content that I'm posting, y'all, like my videos. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification button so whenever I do make a video, you don't have to wonder, and I don't have to tell y'all 1,000 times that I have made a video. I want to do a video about something that happened to me with an assault, but I held off on that one because I'm not sure if I'm going to seek legal advice. So I didn't want to be telling y'all about that one too quick, but we probably will get into that soon. This is a part of Jennygang, dancer, polar, just existing horror stories. And I'm out.